Ruth. Chapter 3. And Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, My daughter, I must seek some resting place for you, that it may go well with you. And now is not Boaz our relative, with whose young women you have been? Behold, he is winnowing the barley tonight at the threshing floor. Wash yourself therefore, and anoint yourself, and put on your best clothes, and go down to the threshing floor. But do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. And when he lies down, notice the place where he lies, and go and uncover his feet, and lie down. And he will tell you what you should do. And she said to her, All that you say, I will do. And she went down to the threshing floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law had charged her. And Boaz ate and drank, and his heart was merry. And he went to lie down at the end of the heap of grain. And she came in secretly and uncovered his feet and lay down. Then at midnight the man was startled, and he turned over, and a woman was there, lying at his feet. And he said, Who are you? And she said, I am Ruth, your female servant. Spread your cloak over your female servant, for you are a kinsman. And he said, Blessed be you of Jehovah, my daughter. You have shown your latter kindness to be better than your first by not going after the choice young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, do not fear. All that you say, I will do for you, for all the assembly of my people know that you are a worthy woman. And now it is true that I am a kinsman, yet there is a kinsman closer than I. Stay for the night, and in the morning if he will do the kinsman's duty, fine, let him do it. But if he is not willing to do the kinsman's duty for you, I will do it for you, as Jehovah lives. Lie down until morning. And she lay at his feet until morning, then rose up before one could recognize another, for he said, Do not let it be known that the woman came to the threshing floor. And he said, Bring the cloak that is on you, and hold it open. And she held it open, and he measured out 6 measures of barley and laid it on her. And he went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, How are you, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done for her. And she said, These 6 measures of barley he gave me, for he said, Do not go to your mother-in-law empty-handed. And she said, Stay here, my daughter, until you know how the matter will fall, for the man will not rest until he has concluded the matter today. Ruth. Chapter 4. Then Boaz went up to the gate and sat there. And just then the kinsman of whom Boaz had spoken came by. And Boaz said, Turn aside and sit here, friend. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men from among the elders of the city and said, Sit here. And they sat down. And he said to the kinsman, Naomi, who has returned from the country of Moab, has put up for sale the portion of the field that belonged to our brother Elimelech. So I thought that I should disclose this to you and say, Buy it in the presence of those sitting here and in the presence of the elders of my people. If you can redeem it, but if you cannot redeem it, tell me so that I will know, for there is no one to redeem it ahead of you, and I am after you. And he said, I will redeem it. Then Boaz said, On the day you buy the field from Naomi's hand, you must also acquire Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead man, in order to raise up the dead man's name upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, or else I will mar my own inheritance. You redeem for yourself what I should redeem, for I cannot redeem it. Now such was the custom formerly in Israel concerning redeeming and exchanging, that to establish any matter a man would draw off his sandal and give it to his neighbor. This was the way of attesting it in Israel. So when the kinsman said to Boaz, "Buy it for yourself," he drew off his sandal. And Boaz said to the elders and all the people, "You are witnesses today, that I buy from Naomi's hand all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's. Furthermore Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, I acquire as my own wife, so that I may raise up the dead man's name upon his inheritance, and the dead man's name may not be cut off from among his brothers and from the gate of his place. You are witnesses today." And all the people who were in the gate and the elders said, "We are witnesses. May Jehovah make the woman who has come into your house like Rachel, and like Leah, the two who built the house of Israel, and prosper in Ephrathah, and gain a name in Bethlehem. And may your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, through the seed that Jehovah gives you by this young woman." So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife, and he went in unto her, and Jehovah made her conceive, and she bore a son. And the women said to Naomi, "Blessed be Jehovah, who has not left you today without a kinsman, and may his name be famous in Israel. And he will be to you as a restorer of life and a sustainer in your old age, for your daughter-in-law, who loves you and is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him." And Naomi took the child and laid him on her bosom, and she became his nurse. And the women neighbors gave him a name, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi," and they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Perez. Perez begot Hezron. And Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot Amminadab. And Amminadab begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Salmon. And Salmon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed. And Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David.